It's funny too because like there is someone in my life who I actually refer to as coach, my old rugby coach, and he is not in my phone as coach. So I'm just like, wait a minute, am I about to text coach? No, it's Johnny. Right. And there was a time where I would call coach, and he'd be like saved in my contacts, and it's like, wait, no, coach is Steve, not coach. Fuck, this is confusing. Why did I do this? Because of a one-off joke initiated by a stranger during Johnny's bachelor party. Duh.
Well, the thing of it was the fact that he signed it "Best of Luck, Coach," which was hilarious, but he signed so large, like half of the back of that shirt is just that guy's signature.
Yeah, it took up a lot of the shirt.
That was
It
fun.
was good.
Who came up with that idea of signing the shirt? Because that was a good idea and a lot of fun.
I don't know. Me and Michelle came up with some good ideas on that night.
Yeah, everything was a good idea, really.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Yeah, real life Mario Kart. The stickers,
A lot of fun.
Stickers
It would only been more fun if that
town.
go-kart place were closer to town, so we didn't just drive all the way out there for no reason and then come back to town. But it was good. That was a good time, man. That was like exactly 3 years ago.
Yeah, to the day. Well,
I
wait,
keep
no,
getting
bachelor party, not to the day. Wedding to the day.
Oh, yeah. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yeah. Keep getting Facebook things with like memories of it. I'm like, yeah, that was good. That was real good.
It's a fun time.
It was. Really, it was.
3
Airbnb
years.
house
I
was
feel
pretty
like
good.
it should have been. I feel like it's been both longer and shorter.
Right.
That's what she said.
Oh.
About all of us.
All right, well,
Wait, David, hold on. Sorry. So, David, you just hit, what, 5 years?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Just trying to keep them all square because I had a wedding a year for a while there. And it was just, it was like, oh, shit. I'm getting all this shit twisted. But yeah, so it's you and Dane just hit 4 years. And then 3 years is Johnny. 2 years ago, my cousin got married. Because, we had baby Jake at the wedding. And last year...
like, gave birth at the wedding?
Yes, we had the baby at the wedding. No, I'm just... we had a, fucking 5-month-old baby at the wedding. And then last year, it was Aaron Hutchins. So Dane's sister got married. So, I had a good wedding streak going for a little while there. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep it all straight. And everybody got married October to December-ish. Actually, only Johnny was December. My cousin, you, and Dane all got married in October. So I'm never keeping it all straight except for Facebook memories.
Do we have any requests for the order tonight?
No.
Yeah, I can go first.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I should not close.
Oh, crap. Yeah, so we have a pretty dumb show on our hands tonight, don't we, guys?
Maybe.
Let's be real. This episode's going to be mad dumb, isn't it?
There's a lot of games for you hands.
I just feel like I should not end, and I should maybe go at a point where John has had some to drink.
Why is that, David?
No
Gotta
reason.
loosen me up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
So you'll get wetter.
Yeah. David, tomorrow's not Thanksgiving. I'm keeping it responsible tonight. Whew. God, that last episode. Has anyone dared revisit it yet?
No.
It's
No,
on
not
my
yet.
queue, but I haven't got there yet.
Whew, it's a mess.
I was about to say, how bad is it?
It's good. It's really good, but it's also fucking dumb. We were on the fucking leash.
I was trying to find a theme, so I did pull up the website and scroll through the last couple episodes to see how long it was. We did a certain theme and everything, and I did see that the episode descriptor is we talk about sprite art and don't stay on topic.
Yeah, there's no sugarcoating it, baby. The theme is sprite art. We don't talk about sprite art.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to talk about sprite art. Oops.
I talked a little bit about it, John. I tried to stay on topic. We didn't really ream your ass last week for that pick, but like that game you chose barely even had sprite art. That shit was ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, it's dead and buried. You know,
All right.
Rest in peace, Mike Fallon.
What did you pick last time?
That goddamn Altered Space, not Equinox sequel for the fucking Game Boy that was worked on by the mysterious third Fallen that we all just came up with. Who the fuck? No, we're not relitigating it.
We didn't come up with him. He's a real person.
I don't know who he is, man.
All right, so we got Jesse first. That's it so far. What else?
That's cool. Freestyle it after that, baby. Don't end with the request.
And
put the request in there whenever you're feeling just extra special. Put the request in there.
all right, you said don't
It's one
end
of
with David. Okay,
Dumbest requests I've ever taken.
we'll do the request like fourth.
Cool.
So we got Jesse, me, David, request, John. All right, who's ready to start the show?
Oh my god.
I am.
Yeah, clap.
All right. Here we go. 5.
No, hold on. I'm sorry. I also should forewarn you guys. I'm having some digestive problems, so I might have to get up and go in the middle of the show. This is not one of those situations. I just realized I don't have a beer. Sorry, guys.
You just poured a giant glass of wine.
Yeah, wait, what happened to the wine? Did somebody take the wine? Like
Did you drink it already?
We saw him with the corkscrew. We saw him open a wine bottle.
I saw him lift up a wine glass.
Did Jake take the wine?
I was about to say, was the wine for Jake?
Man, I forgot to see if we had any liquor. Oh well.
So yeah, I bought a on Friday, Daniel and I are going to do a proper celebration of our wedding anniversary, but I bought a tiny bottle of champagne today. It was pretty cute.
Oh,
Let's do it.
John, didn't
do
you just open a
what
bottle
happened
of
to
wine?
the wine?
What are you talking about?
I could have sworn I saw
That
you
was
open
pee.
one.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's just a big glass of piss.
If your
Why
piss
is it
is
so
that shade
bloody?
of red, go
Uh-oh.
to the doc.
Quick, see a doctor.
John,
I've never been to a doctor in my life, and I have a clean bill of health.
John, you gotta get those kidneys
That's how it
checked,
works.
man. That's not good.
My kidneys are working like gangbusters, baby.
Oh man, that was not good.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Are we live for this?
Oh yeah,
I
we are.
realized we were staging a fucking intervention here.
Fucking bloody piss.
Your kidneys.
Excuse me for not having cold beers and a glass of wine available. I'm sorry. I just fucking got my-
Deep red means you're strong.
Your kidneys shouldn't have antioxidants, man.
my piss is like 99% antioxidants.
That's my favorite Castlevania song is Bloody Piss.
Bloody piss.
Oh, what a night to have to piss.
Yeah, what a night for a piss.
All right.
Oh man. Time for clap.
Are we done with that line
Yeah.
of questioning now?
Yes.
don't
Who's
know.
ready?
Good.
Who's ready for the countdown?
Been ready.
All right.
I am.
Clap it out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? It is Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's ya boy, John Harrington here. We got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey,
And we've got the champ, Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Great.
Had a
all
pretty
right.
good Thanksgiving last week. You,
Oh,
John?
yes. So did I. It was nice, man. We had a small family gathering, very small. We stick with the guidelines around here. We have faith in each other's, COVID measures. So we had a nice little family gathering. You guys, I assume, had the usual enormous family travel ordeals that you have every single year, because this is a perfectly normal year, yes?
No.
Right. Okay. Shit. Thought maybe you did. I don't know.
No, we were supposed to go to a friend's house with a few other people, but a relative of theirs wound up getting COVID, so they had to cancel at the last minute. So I put together a Thanksgiving dinner on like less than a day's notice.
It's called going to the grocery store, John. It's not that much of an accomplishment.
Have
But
you
anyway,
ever been to a grocery store the day before Thanksgiving? It is a nightmare.
Yeah,
I go to the
you gotta-
grocery store every fucking year the day before Thanksgiving. What are you talking about, baby? Like, I don't host Thanksgivings. I contribute to Thanksgivings. Anyway, it's the post-Thanksgiving episode of Game That Tune. We'll be discussing mostly the aftermath of Thanksgiving 2020. But more accurately, what we're going to do on the show is we're going to listen to video game tunes. We've each got 3 songs from a game. We're going to try and guess each other's games with the songs and a little bit of trivia. We're going to goof off and have a lot of fun. The winner at the end of the night picks the theme for the next episode. The winner last week was me. Last week's show was a mess. It was recorded the night before Thanksgiving, so nobody had to go to work. Nobody really had to do anything of significance the following day, except apparently Johnny, who put together a whole Thanksgiving dinner on short notice. Congratulations, John! I'll get you the turkey trophy at some point. But yeah, so we got pretty fucked up, and my theme ended up being some nonsense. Games with hands. Games in which you're playing as a character who uses their hands. And the only caveat that I really came up with was like, let's just not do like gun games, like no, we're not doing Call of Duty, even though apparently some of those Black Ops games have like good soundtracks. We don't want gun shooting. We want other uses of your hands, or famous hand users out there. And as it has been pointed out in the week since that episode, that's many games. There's a lot of games in which a character uses their hands. And, I wasn't really thinking about it last week when I made that theme. I had fucking polished off half a bottle of Fernet Branca. I was sad about the passing of Diego Maradona. I was in a weird spot. So that weird spot landed us in games with hands as the theme. So, oh, man. It's going to be... I think this episode could be a lot of fun because, again, games with hands pretty much means free play. If your game has a character, it has a hand, pretty much. Like it's a pretty wide open theme. So I'm curious to know how much of a stumper this was for the crew. Like if we pick some really dumb games, or if everybody just kind of went like, oh yeah, Mario's got a hand. Done. Cool. That was easy.
Fuck.
Yeah. He does use his hands. Oh, I knew it. I knew I forgot something about Super Mario. He famously has 2 hands.
Famously.
This could have been so much easier for me.
Arrgh.
If I win, I'm picking my theme as games without hands for next week.
I mean, Johnny, honestly, that's the thing. The only things that are disqualified on this are games where you can't see a character using their hands. So, like, racing games, space shooters, games where you don't play as something with hands, like
Tetris.
Some sort of creature. Yes, puzzle games. Numerous puzzle games in which there are no hands involved. So really, yeah, I would love that, Johnny. Next week's episode of Games with No Hands would be fine by me because I overthought this week's theme. It's like, fuck me, I'm the guy that picked games with hands. They're probably expected me to have some great hand game in my back pocket. I don't. I was trashed. This was a terrible idea.
Would Earthworm Jim count as a game without hands? Because Jim
just a
doesn't
worm
have
filling a
hands,
suit?
but his suit does.
See,
He did say robot hands were fine, but not
I said
alien
robot hands were fine, but David does make a good point. The suit has hands. Jim himself has no hands. So, it's tricky. It's the same reason I didn't choose Glover, spoiler, as the request, because Glover is just a living glove. He's not a hand. So, there is a certain delineation that, you have to stick with. Like, so yeah, there has to be flesh making a hand.
It would be super disturbing if at the end of Glover just flips over and a hand falls out.
Oh, it's been a Cousin It game the whole time.
Next week we'll do games with fleshless hands.
Yes.
Did you
Bone
know
hands.
there was a storyline in WWE where an old lady gives birth to a hand?
Cool.
So there's that.
I'm so glad that I'm getting into wrestling so I could really get behind stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
you need to find the the hand birth. That's pretty fucked up.
yeah. I can't
Mae
imagine
Mae
they
Young is the lady. She's real old and the
can't imagine they
hand
can get that on US television, but hey, I'm intrigued. So anyway, we got 5 great games. We got a great fan request that's not Glover. I'm sorry. And Johnny, we just got to jump right into it. So let's raise a hand if you want to hear some really great tunes.
Game 1.
Everybody.
All right, gentlemen. So this game is a sporting management simulation that has numerous references to 80s and 90s fighting movies, including references to the Rocky films, Fight Club, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right, gentlemen. It's about time to hand over your answers. You see what I did there? You gotta
Oh.
hand
Good.
it to me. Let's see. Okay, Johnny says Magnus Poulsen beat him up. That's incorrect. John says Chaos League. That is incorrect. David says Punch Club. That is correct. Punch Club.
Oh, that other title.
Yeah. So basically, you can punch with your hands. In case needed some clarification on how
Oh,
I
don't
came
worry.
to-
Nobody's gonna be asking if that fits the theme. If anything
Okay.
fits the theme tonight, I swear to God, that the whole thing is off the table. Like,
And like the
I
dude has
trust you guys.
hands.
I've been punching with my feet this whole time.
Yeah, you fucked up.
yeah, Johnny, you did.
That's
You fucked
called
up big time.
kicking.
That's why you never succeeded as a boxer, you dumb fuck. You
Yeah.
know, they have a special sport for that.
Yeah.
Foot
Kickboxing.
kickboxing. Thank you. That's the one.
I
Ah.
kickbox with my hands and I box with my feet. What can I say?
It's did you get your ass kicked by Jean-Claude Van Damme at some point? Anyway, dumbass. So Punch Club sounds dope.
This
Sounds
game-
like a club that I'm into.
It's pretty cool. You're like this like dude that wants to get into like boxing, although it's not like traditional boxing because you can kick and stuff. So I guess it might be
What?
kickboxing. But
Well, that ragging on kickboxing we were just doing.
yeah. So I mean, my
Foolish.
character is most of his stats are in like punches. So I specifically made it hand based for the show.
That's good.
And so like, but your father is murdered, so like you're trying to be a boxer while also trying to figure out who murdered your father. Typical like action movie, boxing movie type thing.
Exactly.
You
Because
meet a girl named Adrian.
The person that murdered your father runs a boxing league
Yeah.
of some kind. Duh.
There's like this like string of like thefts and stuff going on, and if you train your stats high enough, you can become a superhero too. So you can go and like fight crimes, and like I fought this one dude once who had like a pig mask, and he looked like Bebop. I'm not gonna like he was obviously going for the Bebop look from Ninja Turtles. You have to deliver pizza to a crocodile who wears a ninja mask in the sewer, so that's fun. You go to the gym, you can work out on different machines, and they'll increase your like strength, your agility, and your stamina. and then you like join like they have like a rookie fighting league at the gym you can join and do like fights to rank up and get money. You can also get like jobs, like the 2 jobs I have right. Well, I guess I'm not sure if you get money from doing superhero stuff, but you do get money from you work a jackhammer at a construction site, and like
Oh, yeah.
it'll build your strength and stamina also. So it's kind of like a little bit of working out while you're making money. You can deliver pizzas, like I mentioned earlier. That's you can buy all sorts of different food. There's a like a gas station place where you can. The guy's name is Apu, because of course. Out front of the convenience store is you can see like Jay and Silent Bob like rocking out to like a boombox. So that's pretty dope.
So they're going hard for the U crowd on this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesse, please notice this game.
Hey, that's what is it? 2? No, not back to back. I was gonna say that's back to back Jay and Silent Bob, but no, there was an episode in between.
That's okay. It all runs together. Point is, we love Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
we rated his ass last week. That's
right.
That's why he's fresh on the brain.
That's right.
So, we make Jay Muse say "game that tune" now.
I know.
It is part
weird.
of what we do.
It's weird hearing Jason Mewes fucking from all these Kevin Smith movies say "game that tune," and like he didn't like have a stroke or anything.
Right. As I drunkenly mused after we stopped recording last week, like if you had told me 24 years ago that Jay Muse was, going to shout out the name of my podcast during his Twitch stream, I would have had a number of questions about what that meant.
Yeah. What are all these words you just said?
Huh? Stream, Twitch, podcast, me.
Shout out.
Nobody shouts anything out. They talk about it.
Isn't he on heroin?
This game looks pretty cool, man. So is it like I'm looking at it now and it looks like
you just
vaguely...
click on stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like The Sims, but like cooler.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense because I saw somebody that like I guess in scrolling through these little blurbs said automated combat. I'm like, automated combat? I thought this was a fighting game or a beat 'em up. What are you talking about?
So you learn like different moves and styles, and you have little like slots. And so before a fight, you can put in your moves, and then those are the moves that you use while you're fighting.
Okay.
And so like there's some moves like I was having a real bad problem with running out of stamina, so I'd like use all my moves and just like kind of stand there and get knocked to the ground. But I found this one move I learned because you get this like skill tree, and where you don't do anything, and it lets you like heal some of your stamina in the fight. So I put like 2 punches and then don't do anything, and then I started wrecking suckers because I wasn't running out of stamina anymore.
So yeah, you use a skill tree thing to rope-a-dope people. That's great.
Yeah.
Just take a couple of punches, and then they'll be tired from over punching, and you can take care of them after that. I like it.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat game. Like, and it's not too much. You're just using the mouse to click and stuff. The writing is pretty silly sometimes.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody really likes their 80s movies.
Yeah, the sprite work is really good. It would have been acceptable last week as well. And it's just, it's a really cool game. I've had it for a while. It came out in like 2006, or not 2006, 2016. God, 2006, I would have been crazy. But no, 2016. Yeah. But I think I got it on a Steam sale or something. It's usually a pretty cheap game. But it's definitely worth checking out.
That's cool. I'm captivated by it. Honestly, the number of screenshots that they have of your character boxing and against a mutant alligator in some way is enough to get me on board. Like the alligators obviously stand-ins for the Ninja Turtles because they have the different colored bandanas and whatnot. But like, just you show me a sprite-based guy squaring up against a fucking alligator in a boxing ring. I'm like, now we're talking.
I fought the blue one before the show.
Are we sure this game isn't like a Florida-based game? Because honestly, I'm all this alligator boxing. It's like somebody read my fucking childhood.
Yeah,
like this is wild, man. I'm into it. I'd love to set the record straight on Florida. Yes, we box alligators. No, they're not particularly deadly. Like
Trying to
people,
remember-
Yeah, only
people-
when they're hungry.
We're
people
waiting-
conflate alligators and crocodiles all the time. Crocodiles are vicious.
Yeah,
Alligators, they're all about the sport, man. They're pugilists. They're wonderful.
Yeah, alligators only mess with you if they're hungry or you fuck with them.
Yeah.
But crocodiles, they wake up wanting to just fuck people up.
Right. So yeah, you step into the boxing ring against an alligator, and he's like, "All right, yeah, fair game. Let's do this, baby. Snap, snap." But otherwise, yeah, you kind of go about your business.
I cannot wait to read your memoir, John, where you set the record straight on what it's like to grow up in Florida and box alligators and crocodiles.
It's that panhandle life, baby. It's just I didn't choose this life. The life chose me. Hang around the Wakulla River enough times, you befriend a few manatees. It's not legal to touch them, which is unfortunate. And then, yeah, you box a few alligators. It's just how it goes.
Have you ever seen manatees mate?
No, I have not.
They one gets up on the other one like out of the water, and it looks really odd. Like it's
Right.
completely out of the water, and the other
I feel like I've seen the aftermath of it, like the
Oh,
separation. It's
the
like, what was,
oh.
it's like, what? No, yeah, exactly. All that manatee cum. No, it just fills the river. No, but like, it's like you see it's like, what the fuck am I looking at? Then you see like a big splash, and then like later on down the river, there's a couple of manatees hanging out. It's like, what did I see? I don't understand this anymore.
I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna go shower.
Yeah, exactly.
Why am I
Manny, you take a shower. I'm taking a shower. Let's all just go our separate ways.
I went in the river to clean myself off a bit, and I came out stickier than before. What the hell?
Do you think manatees have a lot of cum?
I mean, they're just.
I mean,
that's
They're
what they've
big,
always said
so I
about
would imagine,
manatees. Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
They're big, they're puffy, they're young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah. Listen,
Episode title.
when a manatee comes, okay, like the manatee's just full. The manatee is just full of cum, right? That's why it's so puffy. And so when it does, it turns into a dolphin. That's what happens.
Dude, imagine. Okay, yeah. If a manatee, like by coming, like gets like bodybuilder shredded and becomes like an actual seafaring mammal.
Man,
Yeah.
So manatees are basically the opposite of blowfish. They just
Exactly.
shrink super down.
They get incredibly shredded, man. Oh man. So anyway, yeah, no, you don't box any manatees in this game that Jesse chose,
There's
unfortunately.
no manatee cum in this game either.
Arg.
I like how you're talking about last week's episode going off the rails.
Hey, David, we tend to go off the rails. It's just last week we had the excuse and it felt quantifiably drunker than normal. This week, it's par for the course, man. We're all from Florida. We know a thing or two about manatee cum, David. Don't act like we're off the rails just yet.
Yeah, we've all seen
Just because
manatees.
you've
We've
been
all
up in
around them.
Chicago, city boy, and you haven't dealt with the manatees in a while doesn't mean you're
Honestly,
not
the
a Florida
manatee
boy at
cum
heart,
episode
David.
was bound to happen sooner or later.
Yeah.
I
you know.
once fell on a manatee. It was pretty embarrassing.
Did it come?
What?
Did you slip on its cum?
Yeah, exactly.
No, so
It's like
I was
stepping on a bar of soap.
I was standing on a dock and I went to go lean against the piling. And it wasn't a piling. I just fell off the dock and onto a manatee.
And there was a manatee there to make
Yeah, it's
you fall.
right there.
Put his dick
I think
out?
that's a federal crime job.
Yeah,
I was gonna
think
say you
so.
could be fined up to $3,000 for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking fell off a dock and hit this manatee with an elbow drop. Like, what the fuck, John?
I wrestled a
Pulled the fuck
manatee.
out of it.
Yeah, I
John,
used to
we-
box alligators. Johnny used to wrestle manatees.
No, you fell off a dock and hit this manatee, and while you did, you had a boat propeller strapped to your elbow, so that's what those cut marks are from.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, Johnny was vicious, man. He was a hardcore manatee wrestler. He just hit the manatees with light tubes and
King of the manatee death match.
yeah, exactly. Throw the manatees in a river full of rubbing alcohol. It was
To a
fucked up.
table.
I want there to be a wrestler who's just a very overweight guy in a wetsuit who goes
Okay.
by the manatee.
Wait.
Quit reading Johnny's diary from when he was growing up in Florida.
Yeah. Man, both y'all have really good diaries coming out.
Anyway, yeah, we're killing the business with these diaries. And Jesse, anything else on this non-manatee boxing game?
No, it's really cool. It's a great casual punching experience.
I like it. Let's all join the punch club. And Johnny, let's just go ahead and punch it on to game 2.
Game 2.
Great segue. Punch it on.
All right. So this game's entire environment was modeled based on a single painting by one of the game's directors. All right, who's got some guesses or answers?
You saying we don't have answers, bitch?
So let's see. Jesse says Last Supper 64, which is pretty good. John says Glover, which no. And David has the correct answer, Manos, The Hands of Fate, the video game. I'm just kidding. That's not correct.
Seriously? Oh, God.
No, everybody, this is Firewatch. The first-person game where you spend
I've
a
heard of that.
summer in
Oh.
Wyoming working as a fire park ranger, whatever you call them. Fire watcher, I guess. I don't know what the exact term for this is. Fire lookout. That's
Like
Whatever
that's
that
what it's
guy
called.
does. Oh.
A fire lookout. Any of you guys play this game? I'll take that as a no.
No, but I have heard
Nah.
of it.
Yeah, so this game
Yeah.
has some pretty cool vibes and aesthetics. That's what I really like about it. It's a first person game, takes place over the summer, late 80s Wyoming, and it's one of those games where the story kind of unfolds as you play it through conversation, and it does an interesting thing where each day of the summer is like a chapter. It takes place at a different point in the day, so that's kind of how they deal with like a day-night system. Is some chapters will be like day 4 will be like at night.
God,
day
so what? There's
5.
like 90 chapters?
No, I think it's like 70. But they're pretty quick. They're all pretty short. And it's kind of got that. Oh, whoa, man! Everyone's just like, "Am I having problems? Are you guys having problems?"
Yeah,
I'm
we
done
were,
with
we
you,
were all.
I was gonna say you were like frozen and delayed.
Okay, am I okay now?
Yeah.
Seem to be.
Okay, good. So yeah, it's a game with like sort of like a weird, creepy vibe to it because you don't really see a lot of other people throughout most of the game. David's refreshing. Should I refresh? I feel like I should refresh at this point if everyone else is.
Are you
refreshing.
allowed to refresh? You're the host.
Yeah, I can
man.
refresh,
You're,
yeah.
you're the guy with like all the computer stuff going on.
I can refresh.
No,
Give me
I got
a
you.
second.
Okay,
I mean,
you're good now.
yeah. Just do it.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah, it only takes me like a second to refresh.
okay, Mr. Fast Computer.
So, anyways, Firewatch.
That's not all that's
Yeah,
fast.
so it's a game with a creepy vibe. What's so creepy about being alone, John?
Yeah, you're alone in the woods. There's not even like a lot of wildlife in the woods. Which
Stop
is kinda
reading
weird.
my fucking memoirs. I mean, what is the problem here, John? This sounds just like my life growing up. You didn't just go out into the woods?
What kind of animal cum is in this game?
I don't think there's a lot of it. It would be. It is.
I mean,
it does
it's-
take place in Wyoming, so it would be like grizzly bears, I think.
I was gonna say if it's in
okay.
Wyoming, it's probably bear.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Although, please don't search bear cum because that's going to give you something very, very different.
But
Is
also,
it?
what are wildfires if not the cum of the earth? Like they just they cover the
lava?
forest.
Well, lava
Okay, yeah,
is
the
like-
lava's
is like
lava's
cum of
more
the earth.
accurate. Okay, yeah. So lava's the cum, and that makes fire the stickiness of the earth. It's like, what is...
Where are you going,
okay, yeah.
John?
Fire is the regret.
I mean,
you feel
sometimes I
after you
start a
go.
sentence and I really don't know where I'm going with it. So it's you just kind of got to get there. It's like if the lava is the cum, which makes sense, then what does cum do to me?
What does it do?
It
What does cum do to you? Is that what you
gets me
just said?
sticky, and I have to clean up.
It's on my belly.
Yeah, so the stickiness is the fire,
Yeah,
and you got to
there
clean up
No,
the forest.
No, see, fire is what destroys forests and allows like life to come back. So fire, if lava is the cum of the earth, fire is the tissue of
Thank
the earth.
you. There it is.
Not the
I
afterbirth.
knew they were related somehow. Yeah. Oh, man.
Game 3.
No, John. I mean, I know you're
Perfect.
trying to get out of having to talk about this, but yeah, don't do it just because David loves cum.
Where the fuck did that come from? You started it.
I didn't start it. You started it. Who started it? I think that did Jesse start it? Did Jesse just get started on cum and then quietly dip out of the conversation, leaving me and David to figure out what cum is?
I would never do that.
No, that's
What
certainly
is cum? Episode title.
Yes. How
We're
did
old
you
enough
come
we
to
should
that
know this by
conclusion?
now.
All that
You know,
beautiful cum footage.
I mean,
Episode
That's what I
title
do
right there.
every night after the show.
Although, to be fair, titling our episode about hands, "What is cum?" is pretty on point.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the toughest question to be asked by your younger sister growing up. What is cum?
God, yeah. Are we just in the middle of that old Abbott and Costello sketch? Who came first?
The manatee.
I love the idea of like your younger sister coming up to you when you're like age 12, like, Johnny, what's cum? Go ask your mother.
Go ask our mother.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, so I'm coming with you.
Oh God. Anyway, so yeah, Johnny, you didn't play Firewatch. What's happening here?
No. It's just got a lot of hand action, which is why I chose it. So
I
it's
was gonna
not.
say, what's the hand action? Because I thought this was more of a walk around and look at shit game. Like you just walk around and have conversations about.
You also
I don't know how you miss your wife, and
you also pick up shit and interact with shit. So that's the thing.
Ew.
You see yourself like pulling a backpack off a tree or picking up a key,
Okay.
or you see using the walkie-talkie. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's where the hands come in.
Hands, you're right. I didn't say I didn't say like. I'm really trying not to be like, oh, how does this fit the theme? But it's like, I honestly thought this game was a game where you just walk around and fucking like get in conversations with people on like a phone. I didn't know if it actually featured hands. It was like everything I saw about this, like, Firewatch, the hot new indie game. I'm like, this looks, oh man, that's a stretch. I'm wary of some of these like storytelling indie games. And,
It definitely has a lot of atmosphere, which I do like games with like atmosphere like this, right? Like this is what got me into playing Oblivion. I mean, it's a totally different atmosphere, but there's a lot of atmosphere, right? And that's
Right.
what I like.
No, and like it seemed kind of cool. Like just you're alone in the forest and you're up in the watchtower, and like you maybe see something off in the distance, and you're the only person there, and you have to go and walk and investigate it. And what happens in between? Then I assume you have some walkie-talkie conversations about how you miss your wife.
Yeah.
But like, the alone in the forest vibe is kind of cool. I just, I know more about myself now than I did when this game came out, and it's like, nah, I don't think I'm going for this. But don't think I didn't look at it and think that might be something I could play sometime. But that train has sailed. I know this is not a game that I would play sometime. But sounds cool-ish. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that got it, vibed with it, dug on the story. I mean, that's the thing, man. There's just too many fucking games to play.
Yeah.
And so, like, which one am I gonna jettison? The one where you just walk around by yourself in the forest. That's probably a good candidate for me to not play.
I did. One thing, unfortunately, about this game is I heard that the story overall is pretty good, and like I said, good atmosphere and all that. But apparently the ending is pretty bad or controversial. Just basically,
What?
A lot of people were not happy with the ending of this game. I looked it up, and
Fucking spoil it, baby. What's the problem?
So the game kind of builds up that there might be like a government conspiracy going on, but it's really just like a homeless guy that's just wants to be left alone is really what the story is. Like there's a homeless guy and he kind of encroached on his turf and he's just been trying to scare you away the whole time. There's no
Okay, honestly,
real conspiracy.
I kind of love that. That's
Yeah, that sounds
cool.
great.
Okay. Thanks for a spoiler. I am going to go buy this now.
I'm not.
Hell yeah. A game where you're just being toyed with by a homeless man? You guys don't have any idea how much that sounds like my real life the last couple of months. It's awesome. Seriously, side story time. Our hotel has had a serious problem with a trespasser for the last couple of months. Like, there's a young woman who keeps breaking into the hotel and like squatting in it. And we've been having to like try to catch her. She is so sneaky.
Wow.
And the cops were only able to give her like a warning about trespassing. And she finally got arrested this past week at squatting in a different hotel. But yeah, I've been dealing with a homeless person fucking with me for the last couple of months. So yeah, Firewatch actually sounds pretty good now. Like, oh man, like is there evidence there's been a homeless man around? Is there just like blankets in your stairwell and like a couple of Gatorade bottles that you find? And it's like, who the fuck was here? What is this shit?
Somebody breaks into your Firewatch tower, and like wrecks it.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's like you find a cave with a bunch of like camp stuff in it. Yeah.
I mean, in fairness to the homeless man in Firewatch, that sounds, he has every right to do that. You're just outdoors, right? Like,
yeah,
you should probably leave this man alone. So
Yeah.
really, are you the villain of this game?
Oh, I think this is another braid situation.
It's a braid. I knew it. Jeez, it's man, I called that ending. I knew it all along. Firewatch was the new braid.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say about this game. You see a lot of hand action. There's some good hand action in it.
They should make another braid where you're chasing a homeless man. Yeah, just saying. Braid 2.
Braid. They should make a braid where you're just jacking off all the time.
No.
Can you
Let's
reverse
get
it?
off of that. Let's just move on from the jack off stuff and focus more on
people.
Yeah, the homeless people who never jack off. They don't have the time
they-
or the inside of a building.
No, they're always jerking off. I mean, what else are they gonna do?
That's
Game
true, actually.
3.
Very true.
All right. The pilot of the legendary champion of this game is a cat named Milky. Johnny, stop making that face.
Damn it!
Would anyone like an additional piece of trivia?
Sure.
This is apparently the most widely available of this system's 14 games.
We cracking into the Ouya?
I think it's cracking into the Virtual Boy.
Son of a bitch.
So, John Harrington says Milk, the Sean Penn movie, the game. Jesse says Come, and John Regan, I'm sorry, what was that? Skadick, the game?
No, Skadick Toot Toot.
Skadick Toot Toot.
Hands.
Everyone is incorrect. This is Teleroboxer for the Virtual Boy.
Oh!
And
Guys, some of us
that's
are going to have to score some points at some point tonight. This isn't going well.
David should have a point. Actually, he got the first game right.
Yeah, he did.
He did get Jesse's game
Wait.
right.
He did?
Yes.
yeah.
You're right. Damn it. I was really hoping this was going to be our first 0. I'm determined to have Games with Hands be the worst episode ever.
Speaking of worst things ever, so Teleroboxer on the Virtual Boy.
That is a flawless fucking segue, David. 10 more points for you. Oh, wait, no.
Who here has played Teleroboxer on the Virtual Boy?
Oh,
Like
David,
that sound...
show your fucking hand. You own the Virtual Boy. Tell us about Teleroboxer.
I do own the Virtual Boy, and I forgot to go to my basement and get my copy of the game to prove that I had this.
Son of a
But
bitch.
no, I do have this game, and of all the games on the Virtual Boy, it is one of the least bad. Well, 3D. Punch-Out? You play it's set in the future, and you play as a guy who pilots a giant like mech robot fighting other mech robots. So you know how the arcade Punch-Out, you had like the wireframe mech so you could like see through. It kind of does that, where all you pretty much see are just the two hands, and you see them like punching that. So it's just your view of the game is two giant robot hands beating the shit out of another giant robot.
so you said there's a cat named Milky in it?
So you go through, there's 7 opponents that you have to fight through. And the final like end boss opponent is a giant mech robot that is actually piloted by a cat named Milky.
Oh, does Milky come at any point?
You know, I don't believe so, but I know if you get like a flawless victory against every character and then you beat the final boss.
Come on.
Does Milky pull out her 6 cat titties and escort you with milk?
Also, how would you know if anything comes in a Virtual Boy game? It would be all red or black.
John, I always come in a Virtual Boy game.
I can
It's
only
just-
come with
You're
my
coming
face in a
red
Virtual
black.
Boy.
It's just bright red
I
splooge.
mean, my cum is red and black. I don't see a problem with that.
Again, Jesse, please go to a doctor.
Oh God. God.
I don't know.
Really upset.
I don't know. if
Really
that
upset
deep
that the
sigh
theme
is
for this episode turned out to be cum. That's not where I saw it going.
I was gonna say, John, I don't know if that's upset at Jesse bringing up cum again, or if that's upset that we're talking about the Virtual Boy again.
I mean, it's both. Honestly,
You
though,
have
the
one
Virtual Boy
without the
comes up
other.
so. The Virtual Boy comes up so seldom. It's kind of nice. It's like, oh yeah, that what's this? The second time we feature the Virtual Boy on the show.
Yeah.
But it's
Was Mad
It
Max.
is.
It's
No, not Mad
exhausting.
Max. Waterworld was the other good one.
Yeah, did we ever
Well,
add the Virtual Boy?
we didn't do Waterworld Virtual Boy. We did
Oh,
Waterworld
okay.
SNES, which has a fucking awesome soundtrack.
Yeah, did we
I was
ever
gonna
add?
say 'cause-
Well, we've done Virtual Boy before, right? But I don't think we have
Yeah.
any Virtual Boy games on GTT Radio yet. Like,
We tried, but it kept breaking. I added Virtual Boy Wario Land to the radio, and it kept like crashing the stream every time it came up. It knew.
I was gonna say because like Virtual Boy Wario Land and Teleroboxer are probably like two of the 3 best games on the system.
Yes.
The next is either probably like Red Alert or maybe Galactic Pinball, and then after that, like the other 10 games are just shit.
You ain't got no love for tennis?
I mean, it's all right, but it's just tennis. Like, there's nothing special or wacky or Mario about it. It's just fucking tennis.
Yeah, you can't even come in it.
Jesse, that's on you, man. Like,
That's true.
Yeah. Tennis doesn't make you come. That's your business.
Yeah.
Everyone can't come without a tennis racket shoved up my ass.
Well, I'm not Jim Cornette, so.
Right. Jesus.
so Teleroboxer definitely sounds like a Spanish name. Like, was this made by Spanish developers? Because
yeah, or like was the original idea that you fought against a telephone or something?
The
Like-
telenovela Virtual Boy game?
Oh, see, I want to answer that question, but really I just want to go off on the telenovela boxing robot game because that
Yes.
sounds so much better.
Tell us about that.
It's actually based on because the game's set in the distant future, so they use these giant robots in life, and someone decided to make them fight each other, and they are telerobotics. So they turned it into teleroboxing. But no, now I'm just imagining like a flamenco dancing robot and a robot with like a giant mustache, like trying to fight for the honor of the family.
Yeah, that sounds really good. What's the Spanish word for robot?
I believe roboto?
That's the joke. I think it's just robot.
Well, wouldn't it be robot? 'Cause-
Yeah, robot with an accent mark.
did you say
Oh,
rowboat? I don't think it's
well, 'cause
rowboat.
What do you mean, rowboat?
the only reason I said it is because O is always a hard O in Spanish.
Robate.
Yeah, I was mistaken. I looked it up and it is actually El Robot.
Damn right. I'm into it.
That's my luchador name.
I think it should be. I think we should all start new robot-based luchador careers. We could get it going. But
There's sadly not a Spanish robot in this game, although they do have like kind of like Punch Out. They do have every robot is from a different country. So there's an Australian robot that looks like a kangaroo. There's a
Okay.
French robot that looks like a can dancer, and there's a German robot that's like super industrious, like super industrial designed. That's being piloted by another robot.
So it's like
I
G
like-
Gundam.
Yeah.
So
Sadly,
it
there's
really
not a
is like-
Spanish robot.
it really is like Robot Punch Out then. Like that's
Yeah.
I mean that's great. Why is this not canon to the Punch Out series? Like it's that
Mike Tyson gets a mech.
that's what I'm saying. Mac Tyson.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I know Nintendo kind of sweeps the Virtual Boy under the rug and everything, but really, some of those games could have been remade for the 3DS. Like,
Mhm.
I would have played Telroboxer 3DS. That shit would have been awesome.
Hell yeah. I would have played I don't know. I would have played another like I would have played through the Wii Punch Out story mode again if after like beating the world circuit and then you beat it again with their alternate things like the special items. If you have to beat all the characters again, but they're all piloting robots based on their nationalities, I would have done that. That sounds really fucking good. Like I'm not sure what everybody's robot would be. Like what would King Hippo's robot be?
A
Just,
mech hippo.
I mean a big mechanical hippo. No, wait, I was about to make like an Ace Ventura when nature calls joke, but he was in a rhino, not a hippo. Let's see. Okay, Soda Popinski's robot would obviously just be some big hardened Russian robot that runs on alcohol.
I was going to say, would it just be like a robotic still?
Yes.
like a giant vodka still.
It would be essentially that robot that the Russians had in Pacific Rim. It would be very brutal looking.
That was pretty
fucking
cool.
awesome. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, yeah, there's a number of questions. What robots would be piloted by what Punch-Out characters? Von
think
Kaiser doesn't
obviously-
strike me as the kind of guy that could program a robot to pilot his own robot. So it's tricky, man. All these nationalities.
I feel like Piston Hondo / Piston Honda would just literally be piloting a Gundam.
Hell yeah, he would. When he steps back to do his like Piston Honda dance and jump forward at you, like the jets come out of the back. Like, oh, it would be so dope. Great Tiger's robot could obviously teleport. Fucking
I kind of like the idea.
There's somewhere I'm like,
kinda-
okay, so what's the nationality really associated with? It's like, what's Bald Bull's from Turkey? What do you do with a Turkish robot?
Game 4.
See, that's not
Game
a funny segue.
5.
I mean, I'm really asking.
five.
It's not game 5, John. Stop fucking
Just
fawning
skip
over
one.
your new emoji face and fucking, pay attention to the show, John. I'm asking about Turkish robots.
Well,
I mean,
the
I
Mechanical
feel
Turk
like
is a
it would-
famous Khan. If you know your history about Khans, are you familiar with the Mechanical Turk?
No.
I feel I
a-
feel like it would be John, I'm trying to answer his question and cut you off. I feel like it would probably be some kind of like steam powered robot using like Turkish bathwater and like sauna to like make a giant styled robot.
I like it.
I was thinking Turkish bathhouse too.
Yep. See, that's good. Yeah. So like a robot wearing a towel.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I
all
can't
about
compete.
it.
I can't compete. You wearing a towel.
I can't box right now. I'm wearing a towel. It's the Turkish robot fight is essentially just like the King Hippo fight, but the towel keeps on falling down. So, oh God. Yeah. No, David. I'm glad that you brought this up. Boxing seemed like a logical place for this episode to go, and stupid boxing especially. So, like, Teleroboxer really takes the cake, man. That shit never even crossed my mind. Because how can it? It's on the Virtual Boy. How can anybody ever be thinking of this? Like, it's just, oh, what a baffling fucking thing that was.
I literally
Honestly,
when
though,
you
the
gave
music
the
wasn't
theme,
bad. I gotta say,
Yeah,
I
that's-
enjoyed the Teleroboxing tunes.
that's part of why I was glad to get it on the show. It's like, wait a minute. Like, at first I chose it because, we'll talk about Virtual Boy. John will get pissed. This will be hilarious. And then I listened to the music. It's like, actually, that's not
Yeah.
bad.
a little 90s, a little funky. That'll offset the pissed. Yeah, I don't know why I have some reputation for hating the Virtual Boy. It's a silly fucking folly on Nintendo's part. Nintendo's known for those. I could, be
just
equally
recall you
pissed about the
being-
Wii U.
I just recall you being very upset that we were talking about the Virtual Boy on the show. Like, don't bring this console onto the show.
Because it really is just kind of like it's a taboo. It's a pariah. Like, who the
It's-
fuck? Like,
it's
how are
the-
we supposed to retain people like viewing the show or listening to the show if we're gonna like be so far up our own asses that we're gonna talk about the Virtual Boy for any amount of time?
It's Nintendo's Beanie Baby, is what it is.
What are you talking about? Beanie Babies were wildly
Yeah.
successful.
Well,
What
Big
the
bag
fuck?
and everything.
Yeah, because I have so many Virtual Boy Happy Meal toys, John. Like, what on earth are you comparing this to? Like, what? It's the Beanie Baby? Like, no. Like,
You fucked up.
yeah, dude,
Did I?
that is amongst the worst analogies you've ever used on the show. And I recently made a stinger about how bad your analogies are, John. Like,
at least once per episode, John says something that just completely cracks me. And the phrase Virtual Boy Happy Meal toys.
seriously,
Just
like, Beanie Babies were a phenomenon. Virtual Boy was the opposite of a phenomenon, John. Like, it wasn't a fad. Like, if you ever watch those VH1, like, I Love the 90s shows, they don't talk about Virtual Boy because no one has any fond memories of it, John. Like,
The Virtual Boy
What?
was discontinued after like 10 months.
yeah. it was not a thing that happened. It's only on shows like this do we acknowledge that it happened. So no, it's not a one-hit wonder. It's a no-hit wonder. Let's talk about bands that just never had a hit. Oh wait, there's a reason we don't, because we don't know who any of them are. That's wow, man.
Oh,
yeah,
man, I would
actually, yeah.
I would love to watch
Virtual
that
Boy
thing
is,
you
I
do.
think, comparable to like some of the worst television shows possible. So what's a one season, wasn't even worthwhile,
Ooh.
and I mean, like, just like a shit show that got canceled quick.
The Mike O'Malley Show canceled after 2 episodes.
Bingo, baby. The Virtual Boy is the Mike O'Malley Show of video game consoles.
What about that British show about Hitler? It got like canceled.
I was
like,
going to
after
bring up the
first
Hitler
episode.
sitcom.
Hitcom?
Sitcom.
Yeah, there was it was a British show, and it was like a sitcom where like your typical wacky neighbors, except the wacky neighbors were Adolf and Eva Hitler.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Okay, see, no, that's so audacious. Actually, yeah. Okay, no, because the Virtual Boy was audaciously awful. So yes, the Virtual Boy is the Adolf Hitler sitcom of video game consoles.
Oh man, that needs to be a shirt.
Wow,
It could just be Hitler with the Virtual Boy.
blowing his own brains out.
Oh my God, Fiverr, quick!
Oh god, the only colors
Who's
are
to
red and
say
black.
that Hitler wasn't playing Teleroboxer when he took his own life?
Nine, I lost again.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had to
God.
look it up. It was Heil Honey, I'm Home.
Oh no!
Wow. Okay, so we just found the episode title.
No, that's already a show title, John. That's copyright infringement. Yeah. Even if it sucked, it belonged to someone, John. We have to be more creative than that. Oh God. So see you later, honey. Oh wow.
That's definitely the Reich title.
Oh man.
Game 4.
Yeah, here I go again. How I feel, you want to know? Well, I'm just feeling kind of low. The other day in the ring, I thought I was cool. When in reality, I looked like a fool. We shook hands, the bell rang, and before you knew it, the bout was over. Just like that. You know
All right, guys. So this game features 2 hidden opponents that can be fought by holding different combinations of the 2 yellow buttons and the start button.
I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get no. You know the truth is the only real thing that matters. 'Cause I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get no, yeah. The way I'm feeling right now is the real way that matters. So you learn to forgive and to forget, and you learn to take it with no regrets. Another day will come and I'll make it, and that's the day you know I'll take it. So as you know, luck goes by, past me and went to the other guy. And so he's fasting in his glory and telling everyone the story of how he took me down that day. And with the belt, he walked away. But I'm not mad, I'm really glad, 'cause in the end we became friends. 'Cause I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get no. You know the truth is the only real thing that matters. 'Cause I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get no, yeah.
How's everybody feeling?
God, I got nothing.
So good.
Okay,
Maybe?
everybody's got answers showing. So I want to thank our requester on this one. This is our request this week. It came to us in our Discord from Tasty Karma. Thank you very much, Tasty, for one of the stupidest requests we've ever gotten. Nobody's right. Jesse says yellow cum. He's incorrect. David says Rayman Raving Rabbids 2. Sadly incorrect. And Johnny has drawn a butthole.
I thought it was a
Also-
sea urchin.
Nope.
Knowing Johnny, I just assumed it was a butthole. That's incorrect as well. No, do you want to play the sound first and then I reveal the game, John? No, this is an arcade game by the name of Mocap Boxing.
Is that
Cool.
what combat is? Like,
No, that's despite the name, and I almost use that as a trivia because so little trivia exists for this. This has nothing to do with the Mortal Kombat character Mocap. No, this is Mocap Boxing, just made by Konami and released in arcades, and it's it's a fun arcade thing, and the soundtrack is one of the stupidest fucking things I've ever heard. That was it was awesome looking this up, like just by chance I think somebody I guess ripped the game's soundtrack and uploaded it to YouTube like last week, and that's the only shred of this game that I could really find. And I'm like, well, thank God for you, random Mocap Boxing fan on YouTube. That really worked out for this fucking request. It might have been Tasty. So if Tasty, you're running that secret Mocap Boxing fan account on YouTube, thank you for really following up on your request. Because this game, it's cool. It's an arcade game where you step into fucking little. You got a couple little footprints that you stand in, and there's cameras around you, and you have some motion controlled boxing gloves, and you have to box, and that's dope. And again on the soundtrack, I have to assume they thought no one would ever hear this. It's crazy how fucking stupid the soundtrack is, and I don't like to rag on things like that, but it's bizarre. Like it's got like this decent undercurrent of like kind of funky, crappy music that maybe you can box on rhythm to, but then there's these lyric sections that just like they all hit off beat and like ruin the rhythm, and like it's not rap, but it seems like it should be based on the way that like it's not hitting the rhythm, or like it's utterly bizarre. Like
It's not rap, but they're not singing. They're just kind of like talking melodically over the
Yes.
music.
And not even melodically. It's like, you know, I wish I had ripped more of it and like given it like the soundboard treatment so we could listen to some of it. But like there's this like the replay sound, it's like a little bit of music, and then it's the guy going, boxing. That's the name of my game. The name of my game is boxing. That's my game. And it's like, what the fuck? Like,
I love that it sounds like a 1930s carnival barker too.
This sounds,
I mean,
the way you're
I was
describing
listening-
it, this sounds a lot like the Cats movie.
Oh man, no, I mean, I don't want to talk about the Cats movie at all. I watched 5 minutes of that shit. And,
I watched
I'm
the
lucky to
whole
still be
thing.
alive. That explains a lot about you, John. Honestly, you fucking
And
you
he
made
has
it
been
through the whole
aching
movie.
to bring it up as
Do
soon
those
as he
cats
can.
come?
God, no, fuck cats. We're talking mocap boxing,
What can
not
you mocap
mocat
from?
boxing. There are no more cats boxing in this game. This is motion capture boxing, John. And yeah, but yeah, so like the music, as I was listening to it to prepare for the show, and yes, I listened to the whole fucking soundtrack, and that guy keeps popping up with his offbeat, non-singing, non-rapping, just like talking about, and all the songs are pretty much about boxing. He says the word boxing over and over again, except for that last song, the credits song, where apparently somebody gave him the go-ahead to rip off Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. It's just the silliest fucking thing. Yeah, the thing that I was comparing it to, I was like, what is it reminding me of? And it's, you know, that fucking song One Night in Bangkok, the 80s song fucking by, you know, what's his name, Taco. Like, it's just it's, so there's a rhythm going on behind it, and then like there's just like, you know, Taco talking about like playing chess. And then, you know, this, it's like, it's the same thing. There's a rhythm going on, and this guy's like, the other day I walked into the ring and I fought a boxing match, and then we left as friends. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who
Samuel
signed
Clemens?
off on this soundtrack? Like, it's fucking awesome. And the game itself, I feel like I've played this at some point, but probably not, because, you know, it feels pretty memorable. But I feel like this was one of those games that maybe like, you know, like, it's not the kind of game that would show up at your local arcade at all, because it's enormous and elaborate and has like cameras in it, and like it's probably fragile. But it seems like kind of thing that would probably, you would see at like Universal Studios. Like, you know, there were arcades on the premises, and like, you know, Universal is like where I have some great memories of playing fucking awesome arcade games. And I feel like this was one of those things. Like, yeah, this is the kind of expensive ass arcade game that would have shown up in, you know, a Universal Studios, and I would have given it a try. It would have cost like 75 cents and not been worth it, and I would have gotten my ass handed to me, because it's a virtual boxing game. Like, you literally have to like move your shoulders and dip and dive and fucking use the motion control boxing gloves. Like, it's a cool idea. I can't imagine that like very many of them exist in the wild. It's just like, there's too much going on. This can't have been affordable for normal arcade owners. Like, I don't know. I like that none of you guys have a jump in on this. That's
I'm not floored. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is this what it felt like when I brought on DDR Disney Mix?
no, because at the very least I could know those songs and hate them.
Yeah, this is pretty okay, you know.
No, it's not. This is in a direct competition with DDR Disney Grooves for like,
How long
just
until
like
it gets banned from the radio?
bafflingly shitty. Like, you know, am I gonna rip this and put it on the radio? Probably not. Like,
I will,
Ooh.
and I'll make you ban it. That's what I'll happen.
yeah, okay. I'll see to it that boxing, it's all my game. And the other day I went to the boxing ring and I fought somebody and we had a boxing match. Boxing. That is literally like the kind of lyrical content that is in these fucking
Yeah,
songs.
that'll be great for anarchy mode.
Is there any
that's what this is for.
beatboxing?
But yeah, and so in terms of the two like the secret fights, you can hold down the different buttons when you start the game, and you can fight the referee, or you can fight the ring girl.
Keith Richards. No.
So you can fight the referee or you can fight the ring girl. And if you fight the ring girl, it plays like a kind of sexy slow song from the game Silent Scope. So like,
why is it sexy? You're punching a woman.
exactly. Konami's weird, man.
That's the definition of sexy, guys.
Yeah, but you're punching a woman wearing a bikini, Jesse.
Well, I can't come that way.
Right. No one can because you got these big boxing gloves on.
They're not manatees. I can't do it.
God, if you could box a manatee,
And then
that
come.
would really take it over the top.
I'm telling you,
With
like in
two
the
big
eventual
boxing gloves
game
on those
that
big
tune-
manatee fins.
If you could box a
in
manatee
the
until the
eventual
manatee
game that
comes.
tunes the video game, we need to have a boss that's a manatee that you box.
I'm into it.
And it
Quite
comes.
frankly. Now, how can a manatee kickbox? Given that it just has that
doesn't
one.
kickbox, it flip boxes.
It
There you
doesn't.
go.
Yeah, it doesn't kickbox. It cum boxes.
Right. It comes in the box. I hate y'all. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know that I have actually played this game. It feels like the kind of thing, like as I was thinking about it, I'm like, am I mistaking this for the game where you just punch a punching bag as hard as you can, fucking Dragon Punch? Yes, I think I am. Like, did I play mocap boxing? No. Did I get drunk and punch the top of a Dragon Punch thing a bunch of times? Yeah, I definitely did that. And I was like, when I got the request, I was hoping that's what it was. Like, Dragon Punch has a soundtrack? No way. Like,
Did I play
Just a-
mocap boxing? Oh no, I definitely got drunk and wandered into a Dave and Buster's and just started beating some ass.
fuck yeah, dude. That's a better comparison than like the Universal Studios Elaborate Arcade. This is highly likely to be in like one of every 5 Dave and Buster's at some point. Like, this seems like the kind of dumb shit that someone would trick a Dave and Buster's GM into buying. Like, I just can't imagine anyone. Like, I wish we had Past Blaster on this episode. I want to talk about mocap boxing with an arcade owner. Like, just have him be like, ew, no, God. Like, why would anybody have that? That's a terrible fucking idea.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does remind me of like the late '90s VR, where you would pay $5 for like 1 minute of gameplay on
Oh
a
my
VR
God.
headset. Do you guys remember?
Right.
Yeah, at
Oh,
the mall.
God. Yeah. Talk.
I did
Maybe
it.
that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Disney Quest.
That? Yeah.
Like,
At least
go
with
there and get
Disney-
motion sickness.
At least with Disney Quest, it was included as like part of your ticket to Epcot, right? But like,
Right.
I went to Aladdin's Castle in Gainesville, Florida, and paid $5 for like 1 minute of 3D bullshit, and it was so stupid, but amazing. Like, I loved it. I loved every second of it. But like,
Yeah.
looking back, I was like, wow, that's a huge waste of money. Like,
Big waste of money. You ever go to Epcot and ride the motorcycle thing that for some reason was Aladdin's magic carpet?
no.
Yeah, dude, I did that way back in the day. I got fucking photo evidence of that. I'll have to dig that shit up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were having like a VR expo at Epcot, and as one of the things, it's like, hop on this motorcycle. I'm like, all right, dope. It's like, and now you're on Aladdin's carpet. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what? No, do you have a VR carpet I can stand on? Like,
Yeah, I remember reading about the carpet thing when it came out, but by the time I made it to Epcot, like, it was gone.
yeah, I
Probably 'cause
played
of
Yeah, I
this.
thought you were talking about like, oh, Aladdin's magic carpet rides. Like, no, that's at Magic Kingdom, and it's literally the Dumbo ride, just in a different part of the park.
Just carpets. No, this was you sit on a fucking motorcycle with like a revving button and like face a screen, and for some
Because
reason
we
you ride
all
the
rev
carpet.
our carpets.
You rev your carpet.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Yeah.
Every day I get down to grab a corner of my carpet, I go vroom vroom with it. You know, like, that's what I riff my
The
carpet.
dog loves it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so no, mocap boxing probably better in terms of like an augmented reality type experience than the Epcot magic carpet motorcycle ride. But still probably pretty crappy. And I love actually the one thing. Yeah, I showed some love to whoever was on YouTube that fucking uploaded the soundtrack, but also they seemed a little bit silly because they were like, I don't know why this never got ported to home consoles. I'm like, let me give you a couple of hints. One, this came out in 2001. It had its own dedicated arcade machine with motion controlled boxing gloves and IR sensors to track your movement. And when you're fighting someone, the screen that you're fighting them on is a more vertical orientation than it is horizontal. So it's a large screen. You're standing vertically, so you can see more of the opponent's body. None of those things were available in home consoles or home televisions
Now
in
you can make
2001.
A Switch port and put the Switch screen sideways
Yep.
or long ways, and then have
Now
the
we're
little
talking.
Joy-Cons as the punchy things.
Be kind of cool.
Listen, I'm pretty sure that you could do the whole mocap thing with the Dreamcast Maracas back in 2001. I'm like 99% sure.
Yeah, that's true.
But see, and still, that's the thing. So yeah, they could have had mocap boxing on the Dreamcast if you just put some boxing gloves over those maracas. But the problem remains: who is going to tip their TV on the side to fight somebody? Like, yeah, the whole point is you could have a full body standing on this vertical screen.
You could use those Peloton things.
That's a good idea. So yeah, the Peloton boxing.
I love the idea of just like, hey, do you want to go on Aladdin's magic carpet? Hop on this motorcycle. Do you want to play boxing? Hold these maracas. Like, okay, you're just fucking with me at this point.
How does this apply? I don't understand. Yeah. Somebody mocap boxing.
How much ayahuasca did I drink?
Oh man, God, I'm so sticky. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, this really is like, yeah. I was happy to get this request and have to look into it because I'm like, do I know what mocap boxing is? No, I don't. Oh, look, the soundtrack's here. Oh wow, this. I mean, like American Idol Game Boy Advance has like probably taken the cake for worst soundtrack we've ever used on the show.
Oh, that's good.
But like this one feels so dumb. Like I can't get past it. It's crazy to me. Like I honestly do need to upload this to the radio now so more people have to hear it. Like people need to hear how fucking weird this soundtrack is. Like I don't understand non-rap, like not keeping a beat. At the very least, the beat like is something that has to happen in games. And this one, maybe it's some next level shit. You know, like if you're getting into like game, music theory, maybe these guys were just fucking like so out there that they didn't want to keep normal time signatures. I don't know. It fucking boggles the mind trying to figure it out. But it's really something. And thank you, Tasty, for the fucking request. It's, one hell of a request and just a baffling game. And for this baffling episode, I'm happy to have included it. And Johnny, I think we got to move on, man. Let's. How many fingers on a average hand?
4, 6.
Game.
Damn it,
5.
man! No. All right, guys. So during a certain dialogue scene, a character is whipped to get him to pay attention, which causes him to speak frantically, resulting in sped up text that you can't really read. But slowing down that text reveals that he is reciting a clown-themed version of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song. So, how's everybody feeling?
Pretty good.
Good.
Good. Hey, look, Johnny drew a clown. Where's the penis? Jesse has the very large umbrella answer of Ace Attorney. And David has the more accurate, correct answer of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Hell yeah. David, my man, did you play the second Phoenix Wright game, Justice for All?
See, what gave it away was I knew there was a clown Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in the Phoenix Wright games. Like, fuck, but there's been like 6 of them. Wait, which one has the whip? Because I know there's the Francesca von Karma, the prosecutor with the whips. Like, oh, she's in the second one. Okay, got it. No, I did not play this one.
Dang, yeah. See, I've only just begun playing this one. I bought the trilogy on the Switch. I finally decided to give some money to Capcom, speak with my reduced price dollar. They put this shit on sale. I decided to drop a little coin in the Nintendo eShop. Let them know, like, yeah, sure, I'll play some of these. And like, it was on sale. I think the sale's over now, so no point in really talking about it. But it was $15 for Ace Attorney trilogy. I'm like, man, do I have 5 on each of these? Yeah, fuck it, I do. Like, at the very least, they'll turn out to be crappy novels that I read at some point, you know? Like, so I decided to go for it, and I jumped into Justice for All because I thought that I had played all of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney back in the day when I actually owned a DS. Turns out I had not. So I don't really know what's going on in the wider like Phoenix Wright series story, but I'm enjoying Justice for All. And I haven't gotten to the clown thing yet. I've only gotten started. I've only done like the first case and like probably 2/3 of the second case. But you know, I'm kind of enjoying this, man. These games are charming, man. It's really something I wish I had gotten into a little bit earlier. And it's funny too. Like, you just got to have things at the right time. Like, I wanted to play more games and actually complete games, and I feel like I haven't been doing that lately, so I decided that, I would pick up some games that have definitive, endpoints, story-based games, not just spend my fucking life playing Super Smash Brothers over and over again. And it's like, I'm going to fucking cop Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm going to get the Phoenix Wright trilogy. I'm going to play these fucking games. And it feels good to actually be, making progress through a game. Even though, it's strange. I kind of suck at the Phoenix Wright games, and they're hard games to suck at. I'm charmed by them, and I think they're cool, but I don't know if I would be a very good lawyer. I feel like I'm lacking a certain like Killer Instinct for these games. Like, they asked me to present a piece of evidence to like contradict something. I'm like, well, obviously it's this. And they're like, no, that doesn't contradict anything. I'm like, it doesn't? You sure? And then like I lose a couple of notches off my little like Phoenix Wright, court case health meter. I'm like, fuck, I'm bad at this. it's too bad, man. Because I'm charmed by them. I need these games to have an easy mode. I need to be able to just read these games and play them, like or have them have voice acting and be played for me. Maybe a TV show or a movie is what I'm after.
I mean, they do have voice acting. It's just voice acting on like 4 words.
Right. Not enough, quite frankly. I've got it on hold it and objection. I need it for the rest of it too, but I don't know. It's cool. So David, I'm sorry, you did or did not play any of the Phoenix Wright games?
I have played a little of the first one. The first one, it has Miles Edgeworth, right?
Yes.
Okay, I've played a little of the first one, but I have not played the subsequent ones. And I feel kind of the same way that you did of this is sort of a blind spot, and I'm upset that it's a blind spot because they seem like really fucking cool games, and I do want to sit down and play them.
Right. That's pretty much how I felt, and I decided to finally bite the bullet and fucking do it. And I wish I had cracked these in the correct order, because like starting with 2, things have happened that I'm kind of confused by. You say the first one has Miles Edgeworth. Spoilers for anybody that just plays Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Miles Edgeworth killed himself. So,
shit, I was just about to play this game.
Yeah, and Johnny loves Miles Edgeworth.
I love all the Phoenix Wright games. I love anybody named Miles. Miles Tails Prower. Okay, Miles Edgeworth. It all makes sense.
That's
Who
2.
else?
Give me 3.
Does Miles Edgeworth have how many tails does he have? Is it 2? No? Okay. I can't give you any more Miles characters. I don't know. Miles
I just want
Prower
to
is
add for
all I
people
got.
listening in podcast form that we did not edit that. That was the actual pause of John and I just staring angrily at Johnny.
Oh, it felt good. It felt right.
I know that. See, now I'm wondering if like the Phoenix Wright games go like the Spinal Tap route, because I know like every game there's a different prosecuting attorney. Like, do they just die in horrible ways at the end of every game?
Probably. They all suffer the shame of defeat in the courtroom at the hands of Phoenix Wright and kill themselves. That's probably what happens. Miles Edgeworth, the prosecutor's like, they're like the drummers for Spinal Tap. Oh, God.
I love the idea, too, of like Franziska von Karma about to win the case and she just spontaneously combusts.
Yes. Because, apparently she's also, she's the daughter of a prosecutor from the first game. So that's the thing. I'm like, fuck me. I really should have played the first game because I don't remember, Mr. von Karma, her father, who was the like ruthless prosecutor in the original game. But like, man, when Franziska shows up and she's got a score to settle, I'm like, now I'm into this. Because like you look at her little dossier, she's 18. She somehow at 18 has like a spotless record as a prosecutor. She's determined to carry on her father's legacy, and she's a hot chick who whips people. She literally at one point whips the judge. Like she's just like she's a dominatrix in the courtroom, and it's really funny to me. Like if people start speaking out of turn, they get whipped, and it's really fucking funny. So it like this game kind of scratches that like Law and Order courtroom procedural itch, and also scratches that really stupid itch at the same time. So it's pretty fun. I think maybe I would like it if Law and Order just had more people whipping people, honestly. Like if Sam Waterston would fucking whip somebody from time to time, I'd still watch Law and Order.
I remember like when friends of mine were going off about these games, like, oh, you got to play them. They're so great. And that's when I got the first one and started it. And it's like, oh, the characters are so good. Like Miles is such a prat. And there's this guy Godot who wears like this weird mask and everything.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah. It's like, okay, sure. It's like, yeah, and then you get, Francisca. Wait, so it's this beautiful young woman in business attire who whips people? Now you're talking my language.
Yeah. Quite frankly, I'm completely into that. It's checking a lot of my boxes. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, so I'm only in like the second chapter or whatever of the game, but like so far it's fun. At the beginning of the game, you wake up. It seems odd that they needed to do anything to explain the mechanics of the game. This is the second game. Nothing really has changed since the first game. It's a courtroom thing, but in the first case, you get hit on the head, and so Phoenix Wright wakes up with amnesia. So that basically his client the whole time is like, don't you remember? This is where you point your finger and say objection. What are you doing? Like, it's like, oh yeah, this is hold on, hold it. Like, yeah. So the whole first case is like the game being re-explained to you, which it's like, was that necessary? Like, really, nothing really changed here. Like, it could have just been I don't know. I like it as a storyline. Like, you get clocked and you get amnesia, and you have to defend somebody with amnesia. And Phoenix, like, I guess I'm a defense attorney. I guess I should pound my hands on the desk and say, hold it. I don't know. I feel compelled to do that. It's
so Phoenix Wright gets bonked in the head, and that is the equivalent of Samus Aran with a suit malfunction, so she can't use any of her power-ups.
Exactly. But Samus has a commander being like, Samus, you idiot, fire the missiles. Like, what are you doing? It's like, oh right, fuck, I have missiles. Sorry. But yeah, so it's fun, and like I feel like I've got a good feel for the game, but I feel like I also just fuck up a lot, and it sucks because it's like playing. This connection's killing me tonight, guys.
Yeah, you froze for a second there on my end.
Yeah, you all froze on my end.
Well, go ahead. I think we're okay now.
I love all of you. Goodbye.
Finally, God. John?
Now, where was
I? Something about being bad at the game?
Oh, yeah. So I'm pretty bad at this game. Like, I get like the cross-examination stuff. Like, it's just you hit them and you press them on like everything and ask them questions, and then it's like, you really need to find out something about like this guy. You need to find out what he knows about the murder weapon, and then you have to present some evidence to contradict it. And I feel like I'm bad at presenting evidence, and it's when you're presenting evidence to contradict something that your meter is in danger of being depleted. And if you deplete your meter all the way, you get your client gets a guilty verdict and you get a game over, and you have to restart that chapter. And I'm not saying that I want the game to just be a visual novel where I have no danger of failure, but I kind of wish the game were just a visual novel where there's no danger of failure. Like, it's fucking me up. Like, I had a couple of cases, times in the second case where it's like, okay, well, I presented the 4 wrong pieces of evidence, which all felt right, but like, it got me the wrong answer and I got a game over, and now I have to restart this chapter, which means essentially skipping all the dialogue until you get back to where you were and trying to present the right piece of evidence. It's kind of, I feel like they shouldn't have had a game over mechanic attached to this game. That's just me. Like in the second case, there's like so a guy's been murdered, and him and the supposed murderer are the only 2 people in the room, and they give you a diagram of the room, and they say he was here and she was here. Okay, cool. And like they show you on the diagram where they were, and then it's like, actually she had a bullet hole in her big fucking kimono sleeve. And it's like, all right, so show us in the room where she was. I'm like, you just showed me the thing. She was right here. And it's like, no, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I lose like 2 meter points off that. I'm like, okay, so she was closer to here she was at this different trajectory. It's like, I don't know what the accuracy, like the necessary accuracy for placing like this little icon and being like, here's the evidence was, but I lost like the whole case on this thing. And I had to like Google the thing. It's like, just tap the wall. And that's where she was standing. I'm like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Fine. Fuck it. Like, if you say she was standing by the wall, she was standing by the wall. Fine. There. Okay, look. Oh, she was standing by the wall. That's why she has a bullet hole in the sleeve, because she got shot at. Like, they're looking down, and I can get information on these people. There's like a new mechanic where if they're telling a lie or like withholding something, you can like use a stone to, it shows like a lock around their heart, and you can like do little puzzles to unlock the truth. Like if they're willfully telling a lie, you can like, do a little thing, and it's like, do you mean this? And they're like, oh, you're right. Yeah, I can't tell a lie because you have a magic, mystical Japanese stone. It's like, dope.
Will the stone make them come?
In the sense that all stones generally make me come, Yes.
Because, like, what if you're lying?
I know we're just going for like completionist sake on the bit, but like,
you got to go to completion, John.
Yeah, build towards completion.
Don't blue ball yourself.
All over your belly.
how about
Objection.
all of you refresh except me? I'm tired of this.
All right, I'm refreshing.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps.
George Louis slamming his dick.
What was that, John?
What the fuck? What are you doing?
It's like I'm landing this fucking air crash.
I missed it. I was refreshing like I was asked to.
Yeah, exactly, motherfucker. Like, literally everybody's lagging. I'm trying to ignore Jesse's cum joke, and you just start the goddamn calculating computer? What is that?
Computer.
Yeah.
You can't escape the
I was
cum.
bringing home for the landing on these beautiful segues.
The fact that you don't understand what's a beautiful segue, John, after all this podcasting, just it's very telling to me. God damn it! I've lost my train of thought.
We broke him, guys.
Yeah, but between the
took a lot of
fucking
cum.
lag and the fucking real insistence on the cum jokes, you fucking you literally emptied my mind. You unlocked my fucking
all
heart,
over his face,
and I can't I cannot tell a lie. I'm fucking exhausted by this bit. So yeah, fuck it, Johnny, start the calculating computer.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps. Boops. Scoring complete. This game's winner is... David Fleming.
Yay! Since nobody else wants to say anything at that time.
Oh, I thought
Congratulations, David.
Well done.
Thanks.
At this point, I won't tip my hand about whether it's lag or whether I'm just finished with this episode. But you're the only person that scored points, so you're the only logical winner of this episode.
Wait,
Congrats.
really? I'm the only person with points?
It's one of our worst episodes of all time.
2,
Johnny and
0,
Jesse
0.
have seen to that.
0.
This is, congratulations, guys. Pour yourself a fucking celebratory drink. You guys have ensured that this was the worst episode of all time.
I don't know. David Weiland wasn't on this one episode.
I mean, yeah, there was a bad stretch there for a while. Wow. David, what do you got in mind for the theme for next week?
I was thinking it would be good for everybody to just kind of take a little break, step away from everyone else, and we focus on some single-player games.
I like that. That's what I've been doing. So, you're right in line with where I'm at right now, David. I appreciate that. Third Ace Attorney game coming next week. And man, will I have more things to say about it. Cool. Great pick. No questions about that one. That's much less stupid than games with hands.
I mean, I didn't want to say that games with hands was a stupid theme, but I felt like single player games was a pretty good theme. We haven't done it in a while, and it's the holidays, but nobody's traveling, so what are you playing by yourself?
No, I'll tell you what I'm playing by myself.
David, take us home.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed you didn't pick games without hands. As the
I'm
theme
almost
for next
there.
Yeah.
week.
As soon as you sent me that link, it's like, oh, you should do this. Like, yeah, I thought about that. No. Wait, John, are you serious? You want me to end the show?
Oh, yeah.
You won.
Yeah, but that's not how it. All right, cool. I was not prepared for this, but thank you so much for listening. Thank you to all our live viewers. Definitely want to give a shout out to our requester who placed the request in the Discord. That was Tasty Karma in our Discord. You can always give out requests there in our Discord channel. Follow us there. We love chatting. We love hanging out with you guys. You can also send requests to us on Twitter at Game That Tune. You can follow us individually. You can follow John Regan on Twitter at
JP Regan Jr.
You can follow Jesse Moore on Twitter at
Sega_legend.
You can follow John Harrington on Twitter at
Cum Gutters.
Yeah.
And you can follow me on Twitter at DFDFleming. And I definitely want to give a shout out to our super fan tier Patreon producers, Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, Daniel Perky, Taylor Y, Sam L, and Mork. Thank you guys so much for keeping everything in this show awesome. And since I have won, I am closing out with the bonus tunes, and I wanted to go with a fun song from a single player game, also about hands and punching. It's the Major Circuit theme from Punch-Out Wii.
All right, David, thanks for the bonus tunes, and peace out, everybody. All right. Does anybody have the copyrights handy? Because I think John left.
Oh, he
I-
did.
Yeah. It looks like he muted himself, but recorded them, and then decided to peace out.
Oh, okay. All right. Good night, everybody.